hate it here. This is Rochester for you, I swear. Ugh.
I actually currently work at Bank of America, but I've hired for nurses and physicians and CNAs and LPN, so I've done all that work. So I'm experienced in that and what to look for when I'm looking at candidates, when I'm looking at resumes. So I'm just gonna give you guys some tips and tricks when it comes to doing your resume, submitting your resume. You've landed that interview, and now you're going to sit down and have that face-to-face interview, okay? We did have a PowerPoint, but it's just not looking great right now. So I'm probably just gonna use my phone to go off my phone, just so I can keep track of what the heck I'm talking about. So let me see here. Okay, so some really, really good resume tips, okay? And I have a lot of them on here, but like I said, I'm gonna keep it real simple and sweet. And also, that's so funny because the first tip that I have is in regards to doing your resume is the KISS method, which is keep it simple. Usually they say stupid, I say keep it simple, Sally, because I don't like to call people stupid. So keep it simple, Sally, and it's basically keep your resume simple and to the point. You definitely want to give that information that you need that's directed directly towards that position. So even if in your objective, you should have two things in your objective, and one should be you have the position that you're applying for and the company name that you're applying to. Those are very, very important. Do not do a generic objective, oh, I want to utilize my skills to get the position on the team. Really? I don't need that. Because I'll tell you, as a recruiter, I see your resume before it goes to the person that you're hiring, or the person that's hiring you. So I go through those resumes, and I literally skim through resumes because I'm going through 100 per requisition, so or more, depending on the position. But when I would hire for CNAs, RNs, you would get a ton of individuals applying for the position with the same skill set. But it depends on their resume. Are they going to get in front of that hiring manager for that interview? So what's on your resume is extremely important. So keep it simple, to the point. Put some good stuff in there. Base your resume again on relative experience that applies to the position. So I don't care if you worked at McDonald's for 20 years. I mean, I kind of care. But my point is, if you have a more nursing experience than not, put that nursing experience on there, especially if you're applying for a nursing position, obviously. And if you have management experience, put that management experience if you're applying for a management position, because that's what my eyes are going to be looking at. Because literally, when they say that recruiters look at resumes for about 6 seconds, that's no lie. And that's just how quick we read through them. So your resume has to say something to me, all right? Let's see here. Good stuff. Boom, this is good too. Use some really great keywords as nurses, so you guys know obviously what's going to trigger my eyes. So it's going to be words that you use in the nursing field, your credentials, all that good stuff. Use those keywords and use action verbs. Like for instance, I managed, I coordinated, I executed. Those action verbs are what I'm looking for, because I'm looking for. I want you to just really tell me that. Oh, I used to do this, and I used to do that. I want to hear you say you managed that. So you took that project and you owned it. So those are the type of things that I look for when I'm looking at your resume. If you are a recent student, where I heard some of you were recent students, so you may not have that experience that 15 years of RN experience. You may not have that experience. So put your relevant coursework on there. So I want to see that obviously you took those courses, and maybe not everybody takes the same courses as an RN. Some people take these extra courses. So put those courses on there because it's going to add some content to your resume. Okay. I like to see people who list their awards, especially if they're really great awards. Like if for instance, if I hire for a sales position, I'm looking for you to say, I was awarded top sales performer for 2 years in a row. Stuff like that, because I want to see that you're ahead of your team. I want to see that you're a go-getter. So things like that. That's how my mind works. So I'm looking for those sorts of things. The other thing is how your resume looks. I don't want to see a whole bunch of stuff on your resume. I would have had a PowerPoint. But I don't want to see a whole bunch of stuff on your resume and it's just a whole bunch and my eyes can't focus on anything. I don't also want to see a lot of white space. I like to see bullet points where you point out specific things that you've done or specific awards or credentials. So that's always good because I can skim through those bullet points. But when you have like line after line, like you're giving me essay, guess what I'm not going to do? I'll be like, oh, next. I'm not even joking. And that's just a recruiter. And it may seem like, oh, why are you not, checking out every resume, you're not doing your due diligence. But when you go through a lot of resumes and you have a hiring manager in your ear saying, hey, I need 10 candidates tomorrow to interview ASAP and tomorrow morning. Guess what, as a recruiter, I'm going to get them there to interviews. They're going to be qualified candidates, but the way I find them is going to be like, this candidate, because I don't look through their resume looks good. Sometimes you tweak your resume. We ask you permission, of course, when we get you on the phone. We may tweak your resume so it looks prettier to the hiring manager, because obviously we want to get you hired. So those are just some tips and tricks as far as the resume. And then the other thing is like your font and your format. Make sure it's consistent. Like if your subheading is at like 12-point font Roman, all your subheadings should be at 12-point font. It just looks pretty, it looks neat, it looks like you put time and effort into it. Your resume is no joke. If you want to land a job, if you don't know anybody, obviously in the company, if you want to land that job just based on your credentials, based on what you've done, your resume is your key to that door. And if that resume looks sloppy, I'm going to say their work is sloppy. And that's just me being frank. And then guess what? I don't want to present you to my hiring manager because then it makes me as a recruiter look incompetent. And I don't want to look incompetent. So their resume is key. So that's that. Now, as far as when you get that interview, I called you on the phone, I'll phone screen you and said, this is like a great candidate. I want to set you up for an interview with the hiring manager. You get in that interview. One of the main things I always tell people is your dress. I know it seems like something that, that's an automatic, dress nice. No. People will come in there. I've interviewed people that came in there with dresses like this, heels like this, jeans. I've seen it all. I've seen boobies all day long. I've seen it all. Yeah, and you wouldn't think that. So like dress is really important because they are going to judge you by how you dress. And that's just point blank period. They're going to make sure that you're articulate. A lot of you, especially if you do travel nursing, you're going to do over the phone interviews. Your voice is going to be your ticket in. You got to be articulate. You got to be able to put together a sentence. You got to not be able to stumble, step, or fall on that phone. And if you do, make a joke about it. We like to hear jokes when we get you on the phone. Like, but it's like, just say something so now you're relatable for one. We've all been there. And then you kind of somewhat address your mistake, but not all the way, but we get it. But so when we hear you on the phone, we see that you're trying and all that good stuff. It's great. We like you. You're likable. All that kind of stuff. You're friendly. But be articulate over the phone. Be prepared. Do your research for the company that you're looking to get hired at. If you don't do your research, you might get on the phone. They might say, so what do you like about your company? I don't know. Like I heard good things about the company. I'm like, no, everybody gonna say that. It's so generic. Tell me something. I like that the company won an award last year for top performance in their region. Something like that. Something specific to the company. Boom, they did their homework. You know what I'm saying? They ready. So stuff like that is really important, especially for over the phone interviews. Now we have HireView. HireView is our digital interview system. I don't know if anybody's done a digital interview yet, but literally, I, the recruiter, will go through this program and make up a bunch of questions. It'll be probably like 10 questions. And I can send you the HireView interview, and it's a digital interview. And you literally sit in front of your camera, and you talk. And you answer the questions as if I was right there in front of you. So it's our digital interview. Now, that again, please, even if you're just professional from here on up, and your face and all that, I've had a man that I sent the interview to, he literally had no shirt on, and he did his interview like that with no shirt on. I kid you not. I worked the day before the chase, and he did his interview like that. I'm like, no, why did you do that? But listen, Dad, to say the least. But yeah, an interview going on there. A lot of people do their interview in the car. I won't ping you for that, but some people will ping you for that. For doing it, always find a quiet place. Go into your kitchen, just a quiet place. Even if you go to, like a corner of your room somewhere, just go into a quiet place where the background's not so crazy. You don't have a lot going on. You don't have kids. You don't hear, So just take your time. If you get the interview, if I see your interview that day, let me go hurry up and do it. Take your time. Do it tomorrow when you can have like peace and quiet in the house, or maybe like 2 o'clock in the morning when all the kids are asleep. Do it at that time so it's quiet. You can get dressed from here on up and look professional, look nice and neat. That stuff goes a long way. Even if you don't answer the questions, a person that's interviewing, they may not care because they're looking at your body language, they're looking at how you act, are you stumbling, are you fumbling, those sorts of things. So even if you don't answer the questions perfectly to a T, that's okay. It's just all about how you present yourself. Are you presenting yourself as a professional? Are you presenting yourself as somebody who's knowledgeable? Are you presenting yourself as somebody who can maintain a heavy workload? Because obviously nursing, you have a heavy workload. So how do you act under pressure? They'll give you like behavioral style questions. Behavioral style questions are just questions that's asking you, what would you do in this situation? What would you do if you had a patient that was beeping you, and then you had a physician that needed you? How would you react in that sort of situation? Situational based questions. We want to see what will you do under those conditions. How does she make this a priority? If he make this a priority? So those are the type of questions that you'll probably be asked a lot as well. So I can go on and on about this because this is all I do all day. So I won't go on and on, but I want to kind of open it up for questions in regards to your resume. If you have someone on your resume that you really want, should I do this on my resume? Should I not? Or when I get into an interview, what type of things should I ask? What type of things should I say? So I'm just going to open up the floor.
They're not working. They're striking for whatever reason. Usually it's nurse-patient ratio or some type of procedure, a policy or procedure that they didn't agree upon as far as all the nursing staff. Usually it's because they burnt out, the nurse-patient ratio. And then when the hospital goes on strike, the whole hospital goes on strike. So they need CNAs, they need LPNs, they need techs, they need physician assistants, they need nurse practitioners, they need RNs, they need pretty much radiologists, they need pretty much every single thing that's in the hospital that usually, because we're coming in there working while their staff is out there striking, and most of those are in California. There have been a few strikes in New York. New York hardly ever strikes though, but Jersey, Shantae will touch on that. She just did a strike in Jersey. Strikes a lot as well too. Also, I've done a strike in Long Island before at Stony Brook Medical Center, and I was there for about 6 months. Well, no, it was an 8 week, but then I ended up extending and staying there for 6 months after the strike was over. But yeah, I love travel nursing. The strikes, like I say, they pay the highest. They usually will pay, double of what you usually make. So say they usually make $2,000 or $2,100 a week for a travel nurse. You might be making like $3,000, $4,000 a week as an RN. And then if you're an MP and you usually make $3,200 to $3,500 a week, you may be making $5,000 a week. But they usually want you to work consecutive days in a row, usually about 5 to 6 days in a row consecutively, and they call you in. Sometimes they might cancel the contract in the middle of a strike, and sometimes they might actually keep coming in. But what I love about strikes is not only do you get flued out for free, they fly you out, they pay for houses, so you don't even have to worry about, finding housing, and then on top of that, a lot of times they offer you like a, touchdown basis pay package where you might get $500 up front just for getting to California, getting to the site before you start the assignment. And just keep track of the time we're doing good. So yeah, you might get touchdown there and start, get $500 sign-on bonus because you flew all the way from East Coast or you flew all the way from Timbuktu, wherever, to make this $4,500 a week, and we give you another $500. And then sometimes when the contract is out, say it's a 10-day contract, most of them they're usually short, they only need 10 days, 2-week contract, they might give you another bonus. They might give you another $1,000 bonus. So in that 2-week period, you might be bringing home like almost $10,000 or $15,000 in them 2 weeks. As an RN, LPN, whatever, and they have all different positions for CNAs, for techs, for RNs, for LPNs, for nurse practitioners, physicians. So the strikes are the better ones to get. Like I say, the California states are the ones that usually hire the most for strikes. Shantae's going to touch on that. She has a handout on the different states that, for license reimbursement, and also how long it takes to get those licenses.
Apply to each state. So made a packet with a lot of different pointers. I also put in there with the 50 states and how much EEUs, which is continuing education. I just renewed my Atlanta license. It was, I think, 20 CEUs, and then for California, I think it's about 30. Some agencies will provide free CEUs. Some places you have to pay for them, but I'm with AYA Healthcare, and I always make sure I go back to that, use my login information, and just do all my CEUs for 2 years, because they ask you every 2 years to do your CEUs. I'm missing out on a strike next week, I think it is, to go to Washington, only because I'm going on vacation with my dad for 2 weeks. And I was like, dang, because they rescheduled. It was supposed to be from like the 11th until like yesterday. So that was going to be some big money, but I was like, you know what, family vacation money, I want to save money, but I was like, okay, family vacation, you know, so I was like, dang, so that's from, I think the 28th to like February 2nd. So I was like, that's all right, I'll spend time with my family or whatever. But I worked in New Jersey. The only thing about New Jersey, I'm so used to having 4 to 5 patients. In New Jersey, you get 9 patients. What my thing was on my first shift there, like I said, you get training for what, maybe 3 hours, and then you put you on the floor the next day. I got there, I said, well, how many patients am I gonna have? They said 8 or 9. I said, what? So I'm like, hold on. So I was like, okay, I'm going in here. The money was good. That's the only reason I did nights. I'm a day nurse. But I said when I applied for strikes or the EMR conversions, I put that on flexible, because if they only have night shifts and I'm a day nurse, I gotta be like, I'm gonna chuck it up. Because if I'm getting paid good money, I'm gonna do those night shifts. You know what I'm saying? They was paying some good money, and I chucked it up and did them night shifts. I had to do 4 12-hour shifts. I hardly sleep anyway, but I was like, okay, the money is good. I had another nurse that was staying with me in the Airbnb I lived at, so we did the night shifts together, which was, you know, it worked out just fine or whatever. So, but at the end, my last shift the next morning, I put my foot on the pedal and brought my behind back home after I was done, because I was there for a month. But the only thing, like I said, about New Jersey, you get all of those patients. You have to keep in mind you're there for the patients, even though you feel like, okay, there's too much for me. You have to remember I'm a nurse, I'm here for the patients. I pass my meds, I make sure I do all of that, assess my patients, and make sure when I'm done, even if it's after 2 or 3 hours, I sit down, make sure I document everything, because at the end of the day, if you don't document, what's the point?
It didn't happen.
So make sure you always document, do what you have to do. And like I said, you're always there for the patients and the family, because you know the patient's gonna say, why are you doing this with me? Why, you know, the family members will come in and say, you know, what's going on. So I've been in California. The California license takes a long time, but it's worth it. I did 3 strikes in California. I did nights there too. I did days there too. The money is good. It costs a lot to renew. It's like $190 to renew. To get it, I think it's about maybe $2 something or $300 maybe, but it's worth it. The cost of living in California is a lot, but like I said, I don't do contracts anymore. I don't do the 13 contracts anymore, just because if I go do a strike, I'm making probably what I would make in a month in that whole week. I just did a strike in California maybe when it was Christmas break, and I didn't even have to step on the floor, and I made a good amount. Okay, so I'm going on my vacation. I ain't got to worry about my check if I'm getting money coming in, because I made a good amount of money. But if I did find a contract, I would want to do it with another nurse, just because the cost of living in California is really high. You can split down the middle when you find housing or whatever like that. But whenever you guys graduate, if you want to do an assignment, go for California. Massachusetts pays a lot too, but their license is like $300, and to renew it is expensive. But I really like California. California is the #1 nursing license I have. So, like I said, I have Washington and my other licenses. So, your tax home, if you hear like Syracuse or whatever, as long as it's 50 miles away, you'll get the stipends and the food and things like that. Like I said, keep up with your CEUs, your necessary certifications, your ACLS, BLS. You know, make sure you keep up with all of those certifications. Don't miss out on that. And then your years on the job. Usually they want 1 or 2 years for you to start travel nursing, which is fine. That'll fly by. If you graduate, you work a year on the floor, a year and a half on the floor, you can apply for a travel nurse job. If anybody else needs like references, hey, I'm your girl. Just give me a call. I'm your supervisor, whatever you want me to be. I'll be there for you. Oh, sure, yeah, I was just, yeah, call. Give me a call, email me, or whatever like that. So, questions to ask. It's a whole bunch that when I did this packet and when I did the first seminar, I was like, what's the important stuff? Stuff that I have learned out of the 3 years I've been in, you know, travel nurse, what to ask. You know, I talked to other nurses, I added stuff, I subtracted stuff, but just make sure you ask about overtime. What's the computer system you're learning? What's the nurse to patient ratio? Because that's what I asked. I had a recruiter call me from New Jersey, and they was like, oh, this is what you get paid. First thing I said, what's the nurse to patient ratio? Because I'm not going back to that working with 9 patients. First of all, it's unsafe. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that's not safe because you cannot compassionately and safely take care of the patient. So find somewhere it's between 4 to 5 patients. If you get 6, that's kind of pushing it. In California, you get up to 4 patients and that's it. So yeah, ask about floating because for California, for Kaiser, they will float you every 4 hours. Make sure you ask about license reimbursements because some places, like I work for Fast Staff also, they reimburse me for my Washington license, they reimburse me for my Jersey license. And like I said, reimburse me for my California license. They all Fast Staff always had times where they reimburse you. It was just 6 licenses I could apply for, and they would have reimbursed me. All I had to do was, you know, do my nursing, send that in, apply for a license, send them my receipts, and they send me back a check. So if y'all ever do that, apply for Fast Staff because they are like awesome. They will reimburse you because these licenses cost a lot of money. We want to keep spending it. Like I said, New York State is a compact. You have to apply to every single state. That gets expensive. Who want to do that? Not me. I'd rather be like, go to an agency, use it. You know, you got to be smart when you do stuff like that. Make sure you ask about your pay packages. Ask what kind of unit. Even if you med surg, they may put you on the floor with, you know, ortho patients only. You don't know nothing about that, but if you med surg, you gotta blend in. They put me on some floor when I was in New Jersey. I was like, okay, let me adapt. It wasn't nothing like it was unsafe, but I was like, okay, let me adapt, let me figure this out. You know, I had a lot of dementia patients when I was in Jersey, and I was like, wait, he kicking, fighting us, and I was just like, there's somebody grandfather. You know, so it's like, ooh, he done cussed gun, he done cussed us, kicked us, did us, and I was just like, here goes some pound salt, here goes some Benadryl, protection for, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, being a nurse, I love it. It's just sometimes you like, what am I doing? Then you have to snap back and be like, this is what I'm doing, this is what I graduated for, this is what I put my time and my blood, especially tears. Put your tears. Ask for your pay package, check for your housing. Make sure you ask about OT, holiday rates, regular rates. Sometimes if you work in 3 shifts, you may want to pick up or 4th shift depending on the overtime rate. So you want to make sure you calculate that in there because if not, sometimes it'd be pointless to pick up a 4th shift when you could just do your 3 shifts instead of picking up a 4th shift. So when does the OT start? Is it after 36 hours? Is it after 40 hours? Some agencies are different. Make sure you just look over your contract. Make sure you do the start and finish. Make sure if you like to travel like me, personal travel, make sure y'all put y'all vacation dates in there so you won't be stuck trying to like switch with people. Some people, they don't want to switch with you. Make sure you be specific. Are you 7A to 7P? Are you 7P to 7A? Do you like 11 to 7s? Do you like mid shifts? When I was last on my contract, they put me on 11A to 11P. I had to work that since I was a new nurse. But like I said, we didn't even have to step foot on the floor. They paid us for being in the hotel. We went out and we did a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah. Make sure you ask about your role, what do you expect from your company, especially when you apply to these agencies. Make sure you get a good recruiter that you have a good understanding with, you have a good relationship with, because you just get a recruiter that's just there for the money, they're going to treat you as such. So make sure you have a good relationship. I reached out to a recruiter, he was nasty. Hello? I said, hi, how are you? I'm so and so, I'm looking for, okay, what do you want? I hung up. I'm not with that. So I'm not about to sit there and have a conversation with you when I'm looking for a recruiter for me to help you out. Right. Make sure you let them know how long you've been doing travel nursing. What else? Y'all can go through y'all packet. Y'all can read it if y'all go home or whatever. But like, make sure y'all look at the list for the licensing.
All right, guys. So I just came from the nursing thing. As you may see, it's snowing out here. It sucks out here. Gotta be careful. I gotta drive to my assignment because I gotta work from the time I get there till 10. So anywho, I didn't record like the whole thing only because it was basically the same thing that the same info I had got from the first one, except Chastity was the one that told you how to build your resume, and the other girl didn't come. She's part of Nurse Finders, so she did not come, and I see why. So that's about the only thing that I got from the seminar. I record, guys, when I get to my patient's house, because I can't do this right now in this weather. I gotta be safe. So I will talk to you guys when I get to the place. All right, guys. So I'm here. Got my hair straightened out earlier too. Thank goodness. So just give you a quick rundown. Basically, the traveling nurse brunch was basically almost the same information as the last one. Only difference is Nene was in there and she wasn't talking about how you can have a family and get to travel. So Chastity was the one that was there to talk about the resume and how to have your resume stand out. Shantae was there last time, and also Harriet, the one that put it all together last time. That's the only difference about the one from the first one to the second one. So I didn't really record that much, so I'm just gonna leave the link down below, and just go watch the first one, because that basically has more of the information than the one on this one. The only thing about this one is just the resume builder, and Shantae talking about strike nursing and what to expect when you go do assignment when they're on strike. That's it. So I had a gift, and we also had got different gift bags with different things in it, and some stuff were still the same, but whatever. So the gift that I had won was from this girl named, I think it's Artistic Inspired Vision, custom t-shirts, Baker diaper cakes, party deco, and more. This is how it looks, who it is, I guess. And inside there was actually two, but I gave one away. Was this custom made wine glass. So I gave one to the girl because I told her I don't drink wine. I don't drink at all. But she just kept saying, oh, I wish I had won that gift. And after a while, when somebody keeps saying the same thing, basically that's what they wanted. Because she ended up winning a Brazilian wax. I'm thinking like, well, maybe we should switch, because I like to get wax down there, but whatever. So I gave her the other one, same color, same look. And this is the business card that they left. But I'll leave her information if you want to email her, and hopefully she ship you one if you're not where I'm from. I feel a little bit better, guys, by the way. Thanks for the prayers, whoever prayed for me. I'm pretty sure you can leave it down in the comment box, because they keep taking my comment box thing from below. I don't know why. 1 minute is on there, next minute you can't comment. I just don't like that. But anywho, this is the gift bag they gave us. And in the inside, I had took these treats. Somebody made these treats. I forgot her name. But I got these for my boys and my husband. These little things. So wrapped up. I don't know why she gave me Scotch tape. Don't ask me why. We got a bag of chips. And then in the back, it says, here to help all nursing personnel reach full financial potential, maximize and diversify income, and have fun while reaching #financial freedom. And in the back, it says nutrition facts, serving size, 1 dream, amount per serving. It said dedication 100%, action 100%, planning 50%, execution 5 milligrams 90%, knowledge 100%, motivation 100%, passion 100%, faith 100%, strategy 100%. There was something else she said, something about hustling, like hustle facts. I guess that's what it is, was this, but it's a bag of chips and this right here. I didn't open it back yet, though. I gotta take a picture of it, then I'll open it later. Inside this bag, we had the gift bag like this last time. It was smaller. So in the inside, a notepad, hand sanitizer, another one of these, a highlighter, a pen that's made like a needle, the pill, and a sucker. And you remember the pill pen. This is what I got from the last one. I remember that bag very well. And then this is the stuff that tells you about the traveling. Hold on real quick, guys. Hold on. She dropped her cup by mistake. So anywho, I already got this information from the first one. So this basically just tells you the requirements for becoming a nurse, interview questions, things that you should ask before you actually go take on an assignment, where you have to get your license at, how much it costs, and etc. etc. I got two of these. Yeah, I got a blue one, and then I got, I think a pink one is in my purse though. But she must know that I love blue. How do you do this? You know blue my color. This is a CPR face shield. I guess when you about to get CPR on somebody, you bust this out and do CPR on them. There's a girl that do all kinds of like, I guess waxing and do lashes, and or she just do lashes. Oh, wax services, yep. Permanent makeup, tinting, body services. Call for pricing 585-775-9346. And I guess it's called Lashed by Brooke. This information. I'm pretty sure you guys not probably in my area no time soon, but that's what that's about. Bottle of water with the same nutrition facts in the back. And this pen. And with a little what do you call this? It starts with an S. Syphilis? I can't get the word out, but you know when you on a computer or whatever, a touch screen, you use that little thing at the bottom. And what else is in this bag? Oh, the same people. Oh, goddess jewels, where everyone is a goddess. She do jewelry. I know her personally. And I don't know, Shakia Townsend, a beauty bar. I think it's Pace or Face. I don't know. She does eyelash extensions, skincare treatments, microblading, full body wax, and makeup application for all your beauty needs. And that's about it with this bag. But other than that, guys, the information basically was repetitive except for, like I said, the resume building. And yeah. So I hope that I helped you guys out with some things about traveling and nursing. Hopefully you got some more information from this video that you didn't hear in the last one. If you didn't, I'm going to leave the link down below so that way you guys can go over to that video because that one was more detailed. It had more explanations behind things that you probably didn't get to hear in this video. So I love you guys, and I will talk to you guys next Friday. Be safe. Here where we at, it sucks. It's going to be like this for a while. So if it's snowing in your place, be safe. And I'll see you guys Friday. Peace.